The Monash Virtual School is made up of a series of programs essentially designed to address educational inequity. One of our programs, the VCE program, provides free online revision for particularly disadvantaged girls and young women interested in pursuing careers in STEM. Monash Virtual School offers a unique opportunity for students to be able to experience revision classes with pre-service teachers from Monash University under the supervision and guidance of experienced mentor teachers. It's really important that these classes are ones in which students are active participants rather than just being lectured to. Research tells us that active participation means that students are constructing their own understanding of the content rather than just being empty sponges that absorb information. One of the design principles in any of the programs that we run is that it must have mutual benefit. This not only means that students are co-constructing their knowledge with one another and our pre-service teachers, but it also has benefit for our pre-service teachers in that they get to better understand the impact of their teaching on student learning.
So any program that we design will be to address an inequity, but it will also be designed to intentionally benefit everyone involved. So in this instance, you're seeing that it benefits school students because they have an increased sense of self-efficacy, because they have access to free online revision classes. As long as they have an internet connection, they could be anywhere. The pre-service teachers get benefit out of it because it improves their practice, it improves their collaboration, it keeps them in touch with the often altruistic reason they chose to be a teacher in the first place, which is to support student learning. They're examples of our broader design principles in action.
One of the things that we want to know in our VCE revision program is what impact is this having? In particular, one of the areas that we're interested in is the impact on our pre-service teachers. We run a large research program that interviews pre-service teachers before they start teaching and then at the conclusion of a year teaching with us in our VCE program. Using a process called epistemic network analysis, we're able to demonstrate statistically significant changes in our pre-service teachers' skills, knowledge, values and identity. We also provide a safe space for our pre-service teachers to be able to reflect on their own skills and practices, their own strengths and weaknesses, but to also be able to do that respectfully for their colleagues.
We've intentionally designed an experience that shows pre-service teachers the value of collaboration and the importance of working with other people. Mike and I are teachers. We know the importance of collaboration and have intentionally designed an experience to show pre-service teachers that value and to help them carry that with them into their future careers. Teaching with another pre-service teacher who is of like experience and status and power, which is dissimilar to a bricks and mortar placement where they have a really experienced mentor. Teaching with someone so similar made it far more likely that they would be vulnerable with each other, that they'd have challenging conversations, that they'd feel empowered to give each other feedback because there wasn't that power difference that there sometimes is on placement. And because of that, they tell me they experienced a lot of growth. We also know the importance of reflective practice, of being open to feedback, to being able to give and receive feedback and take it on board. To be given advice about your teaching and to willingly and excitedly adapt that into your practice. So we've curated this experience to show pre-service teachers the value of these important professional skills and attributes.
One of the major changes that we see in our pre-service teachers is their interconnected understandings of the different aspects of their work. Not just understanding that they can use technology, but how those technologies might better represent content, or alternatively, how they might use those technologies to make different and more powerful relationships with the students who come along to our classes. If we actually thoughtfully design these kinds of online learning experiences, they can be really powerful and really important, not only for the pre-service teachers who work in the Monash Virtual School, but for the students who come along to them as well. I think that any education system that doesn't offer online teaching and learning as an aspect of that system is an impoverished one. We know that our pre-service teachers have an impact on the students who come along to our classes. We have data that shows that students' self-efficacy or self-confidence increases over the course of a simple 1-hour lesson as part of the Monash Virtual School VCE program. The knowledge and skills that we give our pre-service teachers as part of the Monash Virtual School are directly transferable in large part to their classroom practices, their bricks and mortar classroom practices. The way that they design, for example, PowerPoint slides that they might use to represent content in the virtual school is directly transferable. It's exactly the same as they would do in a bricks and mortar classroom. Being able to read more subtly the kinds of responses that students have that are communicated through a camera means that their capacities to be able to understand student feedback in classrooms is greatly enhanced. To be able to work with larger groups of students but to be able to differentiate for individuals is also something that is directly transferable from this experience into a classroom.
It's a shift in perspective and priorities. The ultimate goal of a Monash Virtual School class isn't to have gotten through a certain amount of content. It's to support student understanding. And that is a fundamental change in a pre-service teacher's approach. It's a fundamental change in what they understand a successful lesson to be. And we support them to start that journey.